So I'm not necessarily asking about numbers or money. I more just want to know from integrity and a pride point of view, what would you say is the interview that you're most proud of? And also the interview that maybe you're most, I don't want to say ashamed, but you just feel like maybe an interview you did that you wasn't proud of, it didn't really sit right with you. You felt like, maybe I shouldn't have put that out there into the world.
There's a lot of interviews I do, like, some people are not completely lucid, right? Meaning that people have speech issues, mental issues. A lot of older boxers I interview where they're CTE, they're punch drunk, they can't formulate their words very well, but you sit down with them and they have taken time out of their day and you have your whole staff there. So you go through with the interview anyways. I just interviewed this guy, Terry Watanabe. He lost his entire $350 million fortune in Vegas. He bet like $800 million in 1 year and ended up losing everything and is now on Social Security. He had to do a GoFundMe for cancer treatment, right? But, he was on cocaine, he was on a lot of alcohol, 12 bouts of rehab. By the time he sat down with me the other day, I didn't realize it at the time, but he couldn't speak very well. He couldn't stand, he needed help walking. It was, life had caught up with him. But I still need to do the interview and I still need to put it out, I feel. And but those interviews don't really sit well on me, unfortunately. It's just like I wish it was someone that was more able to engage. Because it's not like mentally he's still there, it's just he can't get it out. And this has happened with multiple boxers and so forth. And ultimately, I wish that, I don't know, I would be at the level of business where I could just say, I'm just not going to put this out and I'll just take the loss and I'll deal with the ramifications. But I still feel like, someone will get something out of this story. It's still an important story, even though he can't formulate it well. So that's what I still put out. Those are the ones I regret. In terms of the ones that I'm most proud of, the Terence Gangster Williams Lil Diesel interview. That one I'm most proud of because the way it even came together was interesting. Because sometimes when I do interviews with people, I will get on the Vlad TV members forum and I'll say, hey, I'm interviewing so-and-so. What should I ask them? So I announced that I'm interviewing Gangster Williams, who's Birdman's brother, and someone said, hey, ask him about Lil Diesel from the MILF, and tell him not to duck it. So I brought it up. He's like, this messy ass question. Okay. So he goes into this whole story about this guy, Lil Diesel, and how they were always trying to kill each other. He got stabbed, like his whole stomach was cut open, and Lil Diesel's brother ended up getting his leg shot off. And it was just a bloodbath that was going back and forth with the Hot Boys and Diesel's crew. Then they get locked up and they pull out knives on each other. They try to kill each other in the jail. Hadn't seen each other in like 30 years. And, told the story. And then Lil Diesel reached out to me. He goes, hey, would you be interested in hearing my side? And then, I started thinking, and I'm like, would you be interested in sitting down with Terence on camera for the first time? He goes, yeah. So I called Terence. I said, would you be interested in interviewing, doing this with Lil Diesel? He goes, yeah, I would. And I'm like, I flew them both out to New York. I had actual NYPD as my security that day, like an active New York cop in the room. I frisked everyone, and I sat there and I put them aside and I said, listen, guys, like, we're not trying to do the no jumper thing here. I don't want you guys to fight. I'm not here to try to aggravate the situation, right? I want this to be a mature conversation. And if any of you guys really start to act out, there's a cop in the room, and I can't stop him from arresting you guys if you guys start doing something illegal, like assault, right? Interview went great. They all talked it out. They all talked about, they took responsibility because Diesel went to prison for like 30 years also for some sort of murder he was involved in. So They had a great talk. Afterwards, they started to actually communicate with each other. Diesel had just got out of prison, needed a place to stay. So Terence said, come live with me. He moved in to his house with Terence's mom. They're in the morning cooking breakfast together. They're now best friends. And it was like, this was because of me. I put this together. Now, once I put them together, it was out of my hands. But this whole idea came from me of taking two arch enemies, and they're now best friends and roommates. So I'm really proud of that. Because people always try to say, oh, you try to get people to beef and you cause all this friction. Most times I don't. Most times I really try to go the other way. Now, friction does occur sometimes, but most times, even when I'm talking about someone that someone has beef with, I'll say, can you guys work it out? Sometimes I'll even say, I know this person. I'll get y'all on the phone. I'm cool with him. We interviewed 2 months ago. Usually it doesn't work out, but every so often it does. And the fact that I try, to me, means a lot. So that's what I'm most proud of.
No, that's amazing, man. I really respect that.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate that, Vlad. I just want to say for the record, man, you didn't duck any questions. People be saying they asking you the police questions, but I asked you some police questions today.
Right.
You didn't duck anything. You kept it very real, man, and I really respect that. Thank you so much.
All good. Peace.